Vanessa, please have a seat. Please have a seat. Now, I have some good news for you. Your actions were discussed. Obviously, you know who was involved. And, well, I basically spoke on your behalf. You seem a bit surprised. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Oh, I see. Well, the reason why I spoke on your behalf is because in the end I decided that this wasn't something you did maliciously. Vanessa, your enthusiasm is very impressive, very impressive, very, very, very impressive. But unfortunately, you lack patience. You also lack discipline. Now, Vanessa, well, I'm glad you're not arguing that point with me. As I said, your enthusiasm, no one can deny that. But your lack of discipline, your lack of patience created a situation that we both know never should have happened. Absolutely never should have happened. Vanessa, I discussed at length with our queen as to what should be done with you. Now, I know that certain promises were made to you for certain years of loyal service. Vanessa, please stop crying. Vanessa, Vanessa, Vanessa. Vanessa, you need to understand, it's not as though you have lost out on any of those promises. Yes, yes, no, no. Well, here's the thing, Vanessa. Basically, you have a choice. Yes, yes. Well, here's how it works. The first one, and I don't think you're gonna like it, is that, well, your memory gets erased and you get monitored for a certain number of years to make sure that the procedure worked. As you know, this monitoring is done by both lower-ranking vampires and certain human members of the clan. Vanessa, Vanessa, once again, please stop crying. It's not as though that's the decision that we reached. No. And of course, I discussed this with more than just our queen. Basically, you are not gonna be punished for what occurred. But it is clear that something needs to be done about your lack of patience, as well as your lack of discipline. Now, Vanessa, basically erasing your memories and tossing you back into the human world on a full-time basis. I know that seems like a punishment. It's not. There's also another option. All of the clans have gotten a request by the sisters. Yes, those sisters. Very ancient, very powerful vampires. 4 of them. All of whom look like very young maidens. Yes, in their early 20s. Obviously, they're a lot older than that. We are talking thousands upon thousands of years old. Yes. These vampires are so old that traditional methods of killing them doesn't even work, which is great for them. Now the thing is, the sisters usually leave all the clans alone and they do their own thing, which is normally fine. They leave the clans alone, they do their own thing. However, there are times when the sisters make requests, either of individual clans or usually all the clans. Yes. Oh, every single rumor you've heard about the sisters is true. Yes. Here's the thing. They can be moody. They can be vicious and violent. But for the most part, they are very civilized individuals. Well, yes, I'm afraid that's true. All of the sisters are so old, they don't even remember their birthdays. Yes. Well, I'll be honest with you, Vanessa. 10 years ago, a group of vampire hunters captured their familiar. No, not one of their familiars. Their one and only. That's right. They are very picky, and when they select a familiar, he serves all 4 of them. They share, and they're very good at it. Well, no, it's not exactly a man's fantasy. Anyway, a group of hunters managed to capture their familiar. They tied him up in the chair. They brutalized him. They tortured him. They wanted him to reveal where their secret location was, where they lived. He refused to do so, so they brutalized him. Now, when the sisters found out, they came after the hunters. Imagine 4 of young women, all wearing white traditional funeral dresses, barefoot, coming towards a group of hunters. Yeah, the hunters stood no chance. The sisters brutalized them so badly that by the time they were done, all of their white dresses were red. Completely red. Yes, with blood, Vanessa. Well, I don't know about that. But they did recover their familiar. The sisters can be very warm and caring. They spent weeks taking turns caring for their familiar, like a wounded little puppy, or a kitten, I guess. The thing is, the sisters are capable of a great deal of love, warmth, and affection. They are also capable of savage rage. Now, that's where you come in. The sisters have requested that every single clan send them a maiden. That's right. I don't know why, but usually when they make a request, it's technically a request. Technically. They basically ask very nicely for what they want, but they expect all of the clans to come through for them. Now, you have a choice, Vanessa. Either your mind can be erased and you get tossed back into the human population and you have a normal life. That's one option. Second option, you become the maiden from our clan who gets sent to the sisters. Yes, the truth is, we don't know why they want maidens, although they have never been known to harm anyone whom they have requested, whether a specific individual or a general description, such as a young maiden, which you happen to fit the general description. So, those are your options. Once again, it's not a punishment, but those are your options, Vanessa. Either your mind gets erased, or you go and you stay with the sisters. No clue how long. No clue. It's your decision. Please, give it some serious thought. Those are your only two options.